It's rough, buddy. I know. Don't worry. We can do it.
You're embarrassing us, Matt.
I mean, yeah, but that's every episode.
Yeah, that's unrelated to the game score you got. Hi everyone, this is High Flying Kirby. Welcome to the Real Gamerscore podcast. This week, plummeting 16 feet through an announcer's table are Matt,
Macho Man,
and Cameron.
Hogan!
Here at Real Gamerscore, we like to discuss all things Xbox, achievements, and PlayStation crimes that they'll never prove happened. This week we talk about being doomed again, Subnautic completions, and staying on topic. But first, here's the song of the week.
I've been gaming all night, my hands starting to peel. And there's a voice in my head that makes me skip meals. It's my party calling saying achievements here. And it's 4:30 and I'm boosting gears. When games are boring and the grinding gets too much, they send an invite coming in from my buds. Time to put the headset on. We've got a thing that's called gaming fun. We gotta play this right here. Gaming fun. And there you have it.
Yeah, no, I don't have the beginnings of a clue.
I know what it is, but I can't think of the... It's one of those songs that I know, and I just immediately recognise the tune, and I...
Yep, it's a classic rock song.
I was going to say classic rock song, 80s? Late 80s?
That's a good question, actually. Let me look it up when it came out.
I was going to say it's before our time,
yes. Those classic rock songs that we all know and love. All three of us.
Yeah, it's not our fault you listen to Mumford & Sons.
1973 is the clue.
1973, okay.
Definitely wasn't born then.
Yeah, I mean, neither way.
I
don't think
wasn't
anyone...
born for late 80s either, but...
I know what it is, and I've got it in my head now, and I just can't think of the song title.
Yeah, I heard it on the radio the other day, and it's been stuck in my head ever since. So I thought I'd share the pain with everyone else.
All right, easy. Well,
cool.
If you have any idea what that song is, you're doing better than me, and a lot better than Cameron, because Cameron's just sitting there going, I know it.
All the oldies are just going to call me out.
Yeah. And it's expected that I don't know it. That's the best thing about being music illiterate. No one expects you to get it. And when you do, they're like, oh, good boy. Yeah, you did good this week. Good job.
Keeping that bar low.
Yeah, exactly. But if you know what that song is, you can send your answer into the Real Gamerscore account on True Achievements. That's Real Gamerscore with a 5 instead of the S. You can also DM us on Twitter at Real Gamerscore. Send your answers in there if you'd like. You can send any of the hosts a message as well with the answer if you want.
Yeah, but if you send it to me, I'm not going to count it, so don't send it to me.
Yeah. Message on Discord. I'm trying to open up all of the avenues because we don't just want people... at least one person who doesn't know what True Achievements is at this point and is just listening for the fun of it.
That's probably one of my parents for some reason, but they probably know the song, so...
Yeah. But they should be entering for you and getting the code for you. Yeah. Exactly. Bad parents. Speaking of Discord, you can join us on Discord. It's a chat server. I mean, the majority of it is gaming focused servers on Discord, but there's plenty of other stuff on there. Lots of game studios have servers set up that you can join. Ours is discord.io/realgamescore. So if you type that into a web browser, it'll take you to an invite link that gets you into our server. You just have to have made an account. Super duper easy. And you can yell at Cameron for not knowing and comfort me for not knowing because I am but a baby boy. One of the channels we have in our Discord is for our patrons, and that's going to be a bit more active in the next coming weeks. as we get into January outtakes, because there's definitely no outtakes before January, and this is the first time we're doing it. We're also going to have a sneak peek of an upcoming series that I've edited. I'm just listening through to make sure there's no mistakes, because we wouldn't want any mistakes to get out ever, especially not last week. But for all those in the know, that's a little patron sneak peek. You get all the stuff ups. That's what you get. We give you our worst, which is
because you paid for it.
You paid for our worst, so you get it. And we'll be running some other things in there. Contests. We have our usual random to-do list giveaway. To get into that, you need a random to-do list. So that's a list of 25 locked achievements in your game collection. So if you would like to join, send a message to myself or the random to-do list account on True Achievements. You can get a list and start working on it. You need to unlock at least one of those in the month of January and answer the trivia question of another game with the word hover or ship in it. Either of those words work. You can't enter Hovership Havoc. Fool.
As somebody,
you know who you are. Hovership Havoc does not count.
Because it's the game.
Because that's the prize. I mean, I know you knew it was a joke, but I'm still going to call you out on it. Idiot. Also, new patron. He'll be coming up in next week's show when we get paid, so we can insult him for a week and then that's it.
Fantastic.
Okay. Now that that's all out of the way, on to the news, which is a whole bunch of stuff that I had no idea about, to be perfectly honest.
It's a bit of a slow news week, to be fair.
Yeah.
It is.
So,
every week's a snow week.
Yep.
Snow lose week until it's not.
Oh, well, snows knows. So, the Uncharted movie. You might have heard about it. Uncharted is a very popular gaming series. Back in the day, when the first one came out, there was a lot of talk about them making a movie for it.
With Nathan Fillion, right?
Yeah,
because that was essentially
who
they.
Yeah,
Nathan Fillion would have been great for it too.
So they did do if you look on YouTube, there is actually a Nathan Fillion version, like a little short clip thing they made, like a fan thing that was super awesome. And so originally it was going to be Mark Wahlberg was going to be Nathan Drake. It was the first person, which is super weird.
Oh.
So, but this movie is the epitome of development hell, because it's been in limbo, going through directors and stuff, and they've had 6 directors leave this movie. What?
Wow. That's.
It's just don't touch this.
Yeah, apparently not. Yeah, and so apparently they were going to get Tom Holland to play as a young Nathan Drake, and Mark Wahlberg was going to be Sully. So, I don't know.
What?
But he's a big fat guy.
Sully?
Yeah. He's not huge, but...
He's just a mustachioed, suave, cool dude.
He's the old fat guy, I thought.
I mean, he's the old guy, yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't Tom Holland have another movie that was stuck in, development hell? Female co-lead?
Generally... They are.
Yeah.
No, I mean, to be fair, when was the last time you saw Tom Holland in something that wasn't Spider-Man?
I don't... There was one other movie that
he exist before then.
I'm trying to think what it's called.
He was born, played Spider-Man, and
that was pretty much it. Yeah, and now he plays Spider-Man until the end of time.
In between those, but
until they grow a new Spider-Man actor.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot to talk about here, but I just figured, I actually quite like Uncharted. I know it's not a super cool thing to say as an Xbox gamer, but I really like the series and how it kind of has that Indiana Jones vibe, except he kills 100,000 people. But it's a video game.
Yeah, I played the first way back when it first came out. And then after that, I was too poor to really get games, so eventually I got an Xbox.
Yep. Yeah, and
I don't know, those are
they're good games, and Uncharted 4 and Lost Legacy were all very, very well received. And we know video game movies don't usually do terribly well, and it's been a while since we've had a good one. The last good one being the original Mortal Kombat, maybe, back in the 90s.
Resident Evil, my friend.
No. Absolutely not. Mila Jovovich kicking dogs in the face does not make for a good movie.
The most recent Tomb Raider?
Okay,
The
yeah,
reboot?
yeah, actually,
I forgot.
that was okay.
I haven't seen it, but apparently it was okay.
Yeah, well, I think we saw it in theaters. I think it was alright. Yeah.
Again, not
amazing,
not
but it was alright. Yeah.
outstanding, but yeah.
Cycling back, the co-lead was Daisy Ridley.
Daisy Ridley? Oh, like Star Wars Daisy Ridley?
Yeah, Chaos Walking, like a teenage novel series.
Oh, great. Okay.
Is the one that's stuck in development hell that I was thinking of.
That couldn't go poorly.
No, absolutely.
How long is Tom Holland going to play a 12-year-old?
As long as he looks like one.
He's just got that face, doesn't he? I was going to mention something about it. I can't remember. Oh, the Halo movies. When is that? What movie, TV series? When's that? That's been delayed.
Well, they got cancelled basically, right? Because originally it was Neil Blomkamp, right, and then they got turned into District 9.
Who is a fantastic director.
Yes, he is really good.
Excellent.
And then Peter Jackson was involved because it was all going to be Weta Workshop stuff, and then basically it all just got axed, and there hasn't really been any talk about a Halo movie for ages, and it's kind of missed the boat at this point.
Yeah, I could maybe see something happening on the back of Infinite,
maybe,
but like it's going to be a surprise launch.
Yeah.
Am I misremembering, or did they do something alongside MCC?
I don't think so.
I don't. Maybe animated.
I mean, they did that like Forward Unto Dawn thing. That was the sort of prequel to Halo 4, which was that sort of like mini series, like 4-episode short thing that they did. That was all live action. That was okay. And then they did that whole Halo Legends stuff, which was all the weird anime versions of the Spartans. But other than that, that's pretty much it. As far as I'm aware.
Like the Animatrix?
Kind of, yeah. It was very much like the anime, like different animation styles and like, yeah. It's like an anthology.
They honestly should just get Netflix onto it.
I mean, it's probably not a bad idea. I mean, who's to say that they aren't working on something? It would make sense. But
do a Bandersnatch.
Yeah, well, I think that making a series. I mean, if you like the way I picture it is something like The Mandalorian, right? Where it's a vignette style, like episode by episode. Master Chief goes to this planet, does this cool thing, fights this dude. Halo fights the Covenant, doesn't afraid of anything, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, like if they did a TV series based on the fall of Reach, I would watch that day one.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, like I think that would make sense because that's a good ensemble cast. You get some decent high level actors to do the voices and stuff, and like it would people would gravitate to it for sure. I mean, The Witch is doing well.
Yeah, very well.
Where is it?
Circling back to Uncharted, apparently delayed to... See, I read this, I'm like, March 5th, 2021, I'm like, it's like 2 months away. What are they on about delayed? What year is it, guys? Apparently it's supposed to...
Yeah.
I was very confused with the year. Apparently it's supposed to come out at the end of this year in December, but it was pushed back to March, which really, in movie terms, is not a big delay.
No, I mean, that's end of financial year, as we always talk about, so maybe that's just the latest date they want to announce right now.
Yeah. That's...
I mean, if you don't have a director, you don't have a movie, so...
Yeah, especially if you're trying to get someone into that role. That's not a lot of time to possibly have to reshoot a bunch of stuff.
Maybe get Ron Howard. Apparently he just picks up any old movie these days.
Oh, he's doing well.
Yeah.
Alright. Cameron, you found an article about US-China trade agreement lowers the cost of next-gen consoles but not board games, so the tariffs are not being applied to consoles.
Yeah.
That's the gist of it. Okay, that's basically the story.
That's basically the story. That's as much as in depth as we're going to go into that one. But I just thought it was interesting to bring that up.
Yeah. I mean, yay for America. Didn't really affect us, but...
America sneezes, we get the cold sort of thing, but... Or the coronavirus, as it might be. But, I don't know. What do you think? They say they're out of the woods for now, right? I mean, who knows how things might change given the state of the US presidency.
I don't know. Like, when we originally talked about this, weren't we a bit concerned about the costs just ending up on the consumer rather than the...
Yeah, I mean, the economy is not in a great place anyway, so... And we don't know what prices these consoles are going to come out at, but the talk is the new Xbox might be a $600 machine, like $600 US.
Yeah, $600. What was Xbox One launch? $499?
They did.
Yeah, $499 because
they had the Kinect bundled in or whatever it was. Yeah.
Oh, it might have been then $600.
Yeah, I think it might have been $599 with the Kinect and $499 without it. I think it ended up being.
It wasn't an option without it.
It was eventually, but not straight away. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I think that's why the X's price was kind of like, it's the same price as what the Xbox One originally came out at.
Intro price $499. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, with the Kinect.
Yeah.
Yep. €499 euros too.
Yeah, because they just converted.
Yeah, sometimes they get shafted with pricing.
Yeah,
most of the time.
Yeah, like the main two things is to take away from it. I'd pretty much say would be, I guess the big three: Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo, all teaming up to, I guess, oppose the tariffs.
By our powers combined, we invoke capitalism.
Exactly.
Yeah. And although. Yeah, it's good for the customer. That's what it's there for.
I mean,
that's why they did it. So that if the console is 10% more, that's that's less customers. Period.
It would have been pushed on the consumers.
Yeah,
I'm sure some of them would have absorbed some costs, but
yeah, but like these machines aren't going to be cheap coming out of the gate. I don't think.
No way.
No. Lots of leaks and rumors about the next PlayStation having a faster hard drive than the Xbox One Series X and all this stuff. It's lots of fun speculation. I just need proper specs to come out.
I mean, you need concrete proof.
You need some fake specs to come out for us to talk about. Because right now
proper fake specs,
absolutely,
not just rumored fake specs of 50% better.
Yeah, so you need a digital found dry to put out some specs that everyone's going to report on.
Founded the digital.
Yeah, exactly. Well, as I always say, the knives are out when it comes to the console launches because like there's going to be some interesting. There is a lot of interesting speculation going on around what's going to happen. How much they're going to be, what kind of power they've got. I don't know if any of it matters, to be honest, but...
No. Unless it comes out at like $1,000, anyone who wants one day one is going to get one.
Yeah, exactly.
Essentially regardless of the price.
They'll make it happen.
And unless it comes in at $350, those that aren't going to get it day one still aren't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice that it's not going to be slightly more expensive, though. Oh, joy, crunch. Halo's co-creator left Bungie after enduring life-altering crunch.
So Halo comes back again.
What part of his life was altered?
I think he's talking about his...
Lots of it, but...
He's talking about his new studio that he set up. Yeah.
Work-life relationship and then... Yeah, his new studio.
And that's always where it comes down to. Is it's the way the companies that run Crunch run. It's never going to be the company time that is lost. It's going to be your home time and your rest time and stuff like that. Witcher devs. Nice save.
Yeah.
Project Red came out with their delay to Cyberpunk 2077, and essentially mentioned that they would be crunching. Like, it's not delayed so that they don't crunch. It's, the game's really big. Don't worry, we'll still be crunching. We definitely haven't been for the last year and a half. We'll continue this crunch through September.
Like I mentioned last episode, that game got announced in 2012.
Yeah. It's funny, they mentioned, when people come in to work for them, you get newbies that come in and go, oh wow, this is a lot, this is too much, these hours are crazy. And then you get some people who used to work at Rockstar come in and go, oh, you call this crunch? This is nothing. What are you talking about? That's not a good comparison to have someone from Rockstar come in and say, that's not something you necessarily need announced. That's
still not a feather in the cap.
Yeah, it's still hellish crunch for what's it? It's January now. 7 months, 8 months till September.
Yeah, 8 months.
Nearly the end of January, so 7-ish months till September. That's a lot of long hours.
So did you? If you ever looked at that article, so did you? What was your gaming situation like in the early 2000s when the original Xbox was out?
When the original Xbox was out, I had a PlayStation 2. I would get maybe 2 or 3 games a month.
Sure. Yeah, it's a decent amount.
Wasn't crazy. Yeah.
Well, what about you, Cameron?
I'm pretty sure I had a very early 2000s. I'm pretty sure GameCube. And all I can remember is playing Burnout 3 Takedown.
It's the best game on that, I think, just about. So I had a PlayStation 2 and I had a GameCube, and then I eventually picked up an Xbox for myself later down the line to get the exclusives. But Halo, I just remember Halo 2 was 2004. That launch date, that was the beginning of like the whole midnight launch craze, right? Like that was Halo 2 was one of the most hyped commercial games I've ever seen in my entire life. It was the perfect storm of the internet being a big enough thing for people to learn about it, Halo 1 being a huge success, Xbox Live, connecting people who weren't used to being connected, shoot on a console, like it was just everything together. And apparently they crunched for 18 months to get Halo 2 done in time. Like,
which is just ridiculous.
That's not crunch, that's slavery. Like, that's ridiculous. Like 50-hour weeks for 18 months.
50-hour minimum weeks.
Yeah, exactly. At least 50. Yeah. Just crazy. And so like that's probably the worst crunch I've heard of that we know of.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure there have been ones that they're probably just as bad. But just to think, like, the crunch has been such a big part of this industry ever since it became mainstream. The last 16 years,
normalized.
Exactly, like it became the thing. Yeah, I'm glad that after 16 years of this stuff, we're finally getting to a stage where we're starting to put the foot down at least a little bit.
Yeah.
But man, just reading through his sort of story, that apparently it's an older story from 2017 where he talked about it, but like it's incredible how bad it was.
I like the fact too that he mentions here, like some crunch is necessary, but it should be like no more at like a week at a time, and when done, it's a team environment and they're all working towards a common goal. Like it's, there's, I guess, a sense of unity around it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily agree with him because he also runs a studio and I'm sure he has to get people to work a few extra hours here and there, so he'd be a massive hypocrite if he said anything else. But I mean, I kind of get where he's coming from, but I also believe that we should eat the rich. So
long-term crunch is a sign of poor management.
Yes, that's
exactly
good.
That's good.
That's 100%.
It's not people desiring to polish a product and wanting to. And look, sometimes people who are passionate do want to work long hours, and that's where management needs to come and say, you need to just stop.
Exactly.
You need to take the day.
It's not worth burning out over for a video game that, who knows, might not get released, and second of all, might not be well received, and third of all, might not even sell enough.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, tying your entire health and identity and soul into a game when you're not the... I mean, like, it's a little bit different if you're Hideo Kojima and it's your big passion auteur project, but if you're a guy who works on a video game, like, yeah.
Like Hideo Kojima.
Yes. That's his... Yes.
That's a person.
That's definitely it.
Oh...
Jeez.
I can't... Yep, I was going to say something awesome and now I've forgotten it. With that stupid Hideo Kojima joke. Damn it.
All it took...
Ruined everything.
All it took was some slightly racial joke to just completely throw the podcast off base.
Usual Tuesday. Alright.
Pretty much.
Okay then. Doom Eternal. Doom Eternal also got pushed back from February to April?
It got pushed back from November to March.
Yeah, I was going to say March.
That was
released. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was the one.
Because it was supposed to launch with the Stadia because it was going to be their big thing that they designed the Remember that, the Stadia?
Wow, yeah, that was
like 3 months ago almost now.
Oh god.
Has that made its money back yet, or?
I mean, it's Google, so I mean they haven't they haven't completely cancelled it yet, so it must be doing not terrible.
Yeah, that's dropped off so fast. Like, it launched tons of news stories, like about how poor it was and all that stuff, and then all the controversies, and then it's just been, for the most part, radio silent. Except I'm pretty sure users are dropping off it.
I was going to say,
I think a couple of studios got acquired by Google to make games for them, but it feels like way too little, too late.
Yeah.
Is this going to be one of those things though that was just done way too early?
You know what? I don't think so, because like I think we've hit this before with. Do you guys remember OnLive?
I remember it existing. I never used it.
Right.
But
so OnLive was one of the first, and then like Gaikai and a few other bits and pieces that's now owned by Sony. Like we've been down this road before. The all streaming future was something that got pitched 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago almost. When did OnLive come out? OnLive.
No, it's dead now.
Oh, it's dead.
But apparently it was... Look, it obviously wasn't the best that it ever could have been, but apparently it was reasonably good for its time.
Oh yeah, like it definitely had its interesting stuff, but like all anyone ever said was it was 2012. Apparently, the infrastructure was just not there. Like it wasn't ready.
Yeah. The mind was ahead of the body.
Exactly. Like it's like the technology might be there to build the thing, but internet infrastructure, data caps, all this stuff just was not ready for this. It eventually got bought out by Sony just for them to basically shutter it and take the technology to build their own thing. But I think we've finally gotten to the stage where, and I think like Google xCloud stuff basically proves that this is viable now in certain places. I mean, how viable and how if it actually is like financially viable, we'll see. But I think we're finally at that stage where we can say, actually, you know what, this is going to be like this is a possibility for, and it's just that like this, like the Google Stadia stuff apparently works relatively well from a technical sense. It's just there are no games on it and no one's playing it. Like it doesn't make commercial sense, which is the next thing.
There are no games on it. Their promise of 4K turned into, well, it's actually up to the developers to enable the 4K. It can be up to 4K. I'm fairly certain they said if you're on your Google Premium Stadia,
the Pro
membership, you will get games in 4K. I'm certain they said that it will happen, and then like it was discovered it's like 720p upscaled sometimes not. And like they have a Game Pass equivalent with like 4 games or something.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they have like the subscription thing, and then they also have like free games each month, which is their games with gold sort of equivalent. But they just don't have enough games to make that really worth it. And it's all old stuff. Like they have basically no exclusives and very little new stuff, especially when Doom here got delayed.
Yeah. But it's...
You would think they would go more epic story about it.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think this is now the opposite thing of online. I don't think they were too early in terms of technology. All the tech is there, which we've said. They just brought it too early because they had nothing on it.
They've
got studios working on stuff that they should have had working on things 3 years ago to prepare for this.
Exactly, and looking at, I think part of it is that Microsoft probably forced their hand a bit with their xCloud announcement, and I'm sure Sony has something in the works. I mean, Sony have basically said that they have something they're not ready to announce, but they must do, because it would be mindless not to. So they pushed out something too early. They were hoping they were going to have their killer app, which they didn't have, and now it's like, well, it just doesn't make any financial sense for it to continue. At least not yet.
Yeah. I mean, you keep it up because it's easier to maintain than to drop it and bring it back, but...
Yeah.
Possibly.
That's it.
I don't even think all of the orders are fulfilled on the controller yet.
Yeah, exactly. Like, they had delays, and you had to have a certain Chromecast Ultra for it to work, and it's just all kinds of stuff.
Normal Chromecast wouldn't work. You had to get their specific Chromecast if you wanted it on a TV, because the software that was on there wasn't either up to date on regular Chromecasts, so you couldn't get it there, or some reason. So that was another hurdle. Is just a rocky launch, and I mean, look, 12 months time, who knows? Maybe it will have improved, and we'll all be stadiing. That's definitely what we're going to call it.
Yeah,
100%. But just back. So circling back to it. So there's been some. There was recently a press event for Doom Eternal, because they're trying to get the hype train going again.
Yeah,
and it looks really good. So it looks like, I was just reading this article here about some of the changes they made to the difficulty. It's a very small story, but the idea is that they've changed how in the original in Doom 2016. When you up the difficulty, it would actually make the AI quote unquote smarter and more powerful and more accurate. So instead of making them, just bigger bullet sponges, it also made them more dangerous, which actually makes the game harder to learn, because if you play through it on a normal difficulty, you learn strategies that don't work on higher difficulties, which they kind of realize is sort of the wrong way of doing things. So one of the changes that I was reading about here is that essentially it scales based on if you play on easy or medium or like super hard or nightmare, the enemies do the same movements, the same attacks. They just punish you harder on the higher difficulty. So you can't make as many mistakes, but they will come at you the same way.
Yeah. Now, it might just be me not really knowing much. That sounds like how a normal difficulty system works. That enemies do the same thing. They just hurt you. They will do. They will attack more frequently. So it's harder because they're doing more attacks that you have to react and whatever to. Not necessarily different ones than on easy, but just more frequently doing a special move that you have to hide from or something like that. Probably more damage, which sounds like most difficulties.
Yeah.
Maybe having more health.
Yeah,
which
although
again sounds like most difficult
to be fair,
systems.
Most of the Doom games are usually pretty good about. The 2016 I think was pretty good about health. It was enemies took basically the same amount of kills. It's just they will rip you apart way quicker.
Okay, that's fair enough. That's
mostly just dealing
and I much prefer that because
me too. Because if you're good, you're good.
Yeah, you don't have to be good. You don't have to be good / perfect for a longer period of time just to get past, the one enemy who has 5 times as much health because it's harder.
Yeah,
and it's not really fun. It's just you make one mistake and you're done, kind of deal. But maybe that just sounds like a normal difficulty system. I get if they were doing it differently before.
Yeah, it looks like I think the main thing is that it's a change that they've made to the system, because it looks like a lot of what I'm seeing is this looks like the 2016 Doom with a few extra bits and pieces added with a grappling hook and like an air dash and stuff. But from the people who have played it, it looks like it's actually quite a significant change in a lot of ways. I'm really, really looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know if I'll pick it up on launch. Well, I know I won't because I'm not allowed to buy any games. But yeah, I'll
Trade.
It'll be 2021's Game of the Year. Who knows?
Yeah, but it's so and it says it probably ammo management's going to be more important in harder difficulties, which again
makes sense.
Kinda.
Pretty standard.
Yeah.
Although they've
Like
changed things up a little bit around how the ammo works, where it's like if you hit him with a chainsaw, you get ammo. If you use a glory kill, you can get health, and if you use the flamethrower, you can get armor.
Okay.
And it's like, so you got to need to make sure you're cycling through your weapons to make sure you don't run out of anything.
Yeah, and adjust your play style to your needs at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I assume each of those three different weapon finishings needs,
Yeah.
the flamethrower is going to need a different skill set than running in and chopping them with a chainsaw.
Exactly, yeah.
Or whatever else, yeah. No, but look, it does sound good. When I read through it, I'm like, I don't understand how this is like a amazing revelation
Yeah.
they figured out.
I think it's just that we're getting a lot of news about Doom because they've been doing the presser event. I've been listening to quite a few people talk about it. There's some interesting platform changes and the grappling hook stuff on the shotgun and the air dash. Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
It looks amazing.
It does look incredible. I really hope it keeps the that sort of sense of humor that they had in the first game, where it's just the Doom guy just like every time he sees like a mission objective, he just beats the hell out of it. It's like go here and do this, and it's like, hey, make sure you remove these cylinders carefully because they're worth millions of dollars and contain the energy of hell. And he just rips it out by its hinges and throws it across the room. It's great. It's so great. He just does not care whatsoever. And then of course the robot is named Sam Hayden or Satan.
Oh,
it's really on the nose. It's so good.
Alright, you'll have to tell me how awesome it is in March when it comes out, because I'm not going to be playing it.
I'm really hoping it's got a nice list.
Well, actually, you won't. Alex will, though.
Alex will definitely.
Alex will get a day one.
Yeah.
It might even come with a Rocket League skin. Who knows? That'd be good.
I mean, if it came to Game Pass...
Oh, actually, yeah.
Nice.
That would be good.
Can't see it happening, but,
stranger things have happened.
Stranger things have happened. Alright, so any more you wanted to talk about Doom Eternal before we moved on?
Nah, we don't want to drag this out forever.
Big guns. Nice.
Why would we want to do that? It's crazy talk. Okay, so that's the news. We're going to move on to our G-Task roundup now, which was interesting. We had a double period. I think we had a double period.
Yep.
I looked at the scores and I'm like, was it a 3 period? No, we had a double period and we had gigantic inflation of ratio and scores because we had an influx of new users to the site.
Yeah.
I think we had, in January, we're gonna look like about 97,000 new registers.
I was wondering why I suddenly hit 1.8 on my ratio. I looked at it one day. I was like, I have not been playing that hard games. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I was going to say mine hit 1.7. I'm just like, okay, this is weird.
Yeah, so the huge amount of new registers has caused, mainly for the My Decade on Xbox, so most of them aren't achievement hunters, so most of them will have started a ton of games and not played them, so games with gold and Game Pass especially have shot up.
Scrub tier!
Yeah, pathetic. I think the average score was 35,000-ish.
Get
on
wrecked.
Registers. But no, it's skyrocketed, caused the scanners to bog down and not function properly, hence the extended period. So we're into week 31, but it's period 30. So the number of weeks in the competition will stay the same. The grand finals will just be a period earlier because of it.
Okay.
So for period 30, the bonus is a team-side bonus called Doing It Wrong, and it's to end the scoring period with a ratio under 1.5.
The worst possible bonus.
Literally the only bonus left on team side that could have really been affected by this, because I think all the improve your scores have happened already. So
that's so funny.
I mean, most of the sign-ups have ended, so you're pretty much just back to normal. In saying that, to get if you got a ratio of exactly 1.5 or 1.49 and wanted to meet what is likely to be the team side cutoff of about 9,000 true achievement difference, you're going to need 18,000 Gamerscore.
Ooh.
Oh, jeez.
Between 3 people in a week, that's not too bad. Most people aren't going to get exactly 1.5 if they're going for this, so you're going to need a bit more than that. But yeah, it was absolutely crazy in period 29. The solo cutoff was 27,335 true achievement difference, which
that's ridiculous. Like, yeah.
Even with the inflation, that's insane. Like, I know Redemption Denied, who is second in the world, got about 50 to 80,000 TA from this, just from ratio inflation.
Jeez.
Just imagine getting 80,000 just casually. Crazy. Our lowest listener was What the Fug with 27,442, 194 above the cutoff. Our highest flyer was Secular Forever in 17th spot with 41,000. It may be 7th spot, and I've written 41 in front of it because I was writing the score and then stopped and wrote the spot. So it's either 17th or 7th. One's a lot more impressive than the other, with 41,665 true achievement difference. We did have 2 eliminations in J Black and Hatton 90. Hatton, unfortunately, is a relatively new achievement hunter, so he didn't have a lot of stuff that could go up, and so he just kind of got pummeled by everyone else pushing the line so high.
Yep.
Team cutoff was 78,960.
Wow.
It was bonus, like just bonus frenzy near that bonus cutoff time. I think there's probably like 100,000 in bonuses used on team side.
Wow.
It was pretty ridiculous. Our low flyers on the team side were Boys to Kingsmen featuring Beast Smitty of Kingsman 2625, Beast Middle, and Doughboy with 79,698, 771 above the line. And the high flyers were Is This Team Leapfrog, Infamous, Daniel JJ14, and Jimbot UK, who are in 8th spot with 100,759 true achievement difference.
I don't even know how that's possible.
Between 3 people in it, yeah. Like
Chen, like, even if we put together a team and we do a gangbusters week after week, we wouldn't even get close.
No. Even with this massive ratio, that we would have done nothing.
No.
We would have.
It's crazy.
Insane. No one got out on team side, luckily. We're getting down to our few final teams though, so it's going to be ugly for some of us. Congratulations and good luck to everyone currently still in, surviving by the skin of your teeth. Unfortunate to all those who have been eliminated so far, including us week 10 warriors. That's all we have.
Us week 10 warriors, yes.
Yeah. Reviews. So reviews, we've been in discussion. We are going to mostly, at the moment, look at putting them on YouTube and doing streams. I know I'm going to be starting up this weekend with some of our older stuff over the 2 days, but that's where it's going to be moved to, and it'll be on the Real Gamerscore mixer, probably hosted by our personal channels, Alex and mine, and whatever other host is going to do streaming at the time. But we'll make more announcements and try and get a consistent schedule to get, to do review streams and stuff. I know I'm just going to do a couple hours on a few different games this weekend. Hopefully, we'll see how that gets received and see whether that's the way we want to go. Obviously, reviews are tough. in our casual as hell chit chat podcast, having a formal thing like that, it's a little bit jarring and a little bit disjointed from the rest of the show. So we're trying to do our best to see what works, because we do love getting free games.
You're not supposed to say that part out loud.
I mean, that's why we made this podcast.
Yeah, okay, fair.
It's for all. That's the only reason I'm still doing it. It's for all these free games.
The money.
Wait, you guys get free games?
All right. Well, I think that wraps up the show.
Yeah, that's none of us played anything this week, so
we're done. Yeah. No. All right, Kirby. If you did play something, what would you have played?
If I played something and wasn't on the show last week, so I felt like mentioning a couple of the titles I played last week as well. I would have played, well, for a start, I would have installed Subara City onto the work computer and played and got the completion there. Subara City is kind of like a match 3 style game. So there are 2 modes, normal and easy. Easy has 3 different colours to match up, normal has 4. There are achievements for getting certain building types and certain scores and stuff, because you are building a city. So any time colours are touching, so the same colour is touching, you can join those up. So if you have, I think in easy mode it's like green, brown and grey. If you have 3 grey tiles touching, you can click on one of them and all 3 will merge into that one point where you've clicked, and it will level up depending on what buildings came in. So your aim is to get buildings to level 10, in which case they will turn into a 4th colour, white, and you can then join up white buildings together. So it's a 5x5 grid. So sometimes you get huge 20 of one colour in a row, and you can just click and instantly make a level 10 building. What I would consider the most difficult achievement is to get a dragon class city, and that's a score of 50 million. To do it in one go, you need to merge 20 level 10 buildings. So you need to build it all up until your point where you've got 5 squares in your grid that are not level 10 buildings. I didn't manage that. I did not manage to do that. I got real close. I think I got to like 19, and then essentially the way the drops fell, I couldn't make another match, so I had to join my buildings up, and that put me at like 20 million. I was like, I guess I'll just keep going and see where I end up. Build it up pretty good again. Got a different building that wasn't quite as good, got me to like 35 million. I'm like, I'm actually kind of close. Just keep going. Kept going. Got it. Got my 50 million score. Is like 4 to 5 hours with a bit of luck, depending on how your buildings fall. But it's a reasonably easy game. I think it'd probably run much better on a computer, because it's much easier to select tiles and stuff than it is to do it on an Xbox. But no, pretty good game. Glad I got it done. Foxyland 2 from Ratalaika came out last week. Way worse than Foxyland 1. Lots of people complaining about the controls. I had no issues with the controls. In each level there are 3 hidden coins. One is really obvious and usually along the path. The other 2 are usually behind hidden walls and stuff, and you have to actually seek them out. You need to get 20 of them for an achievement, which is fine. It's reasonably easy. You have to play through 20 levels, so there's a potential of 60 coins. Getting 20 is easy. You just get the obvious one in each level. Wrong. To get past like the 15th level, there's just a 36 coin gate.
Oh, great. I love when games do that.
Yeah. I went, oh, okay, I have to go back and get some more coins then. The other issue that was stopping me was if I died with a coin, what's supposed to happen is the coin goes back, you recollect it, go again. The coin was just gone.
Oh, great.
I'd go back to it and it's just not there, and I haven't collected it, and it's not there to recollect, so I had to close down the game, start it back up. It still took like less than an hour, because it was reasonably easy, but just way more of a pain than it should have been. And I mean, Foxyland 1 wasn't great. This one wasn't much better. 2 games I think Matt and I are going to love talking about. Subnautica. That was
that was a quality title. Good game.
Yeah. Entered some console commands following a preview of the walkthrough. One of the achievements didn't pop. I had to run around and for finding the ancient artifact or whatever,
the ancient codex thing. You had to go into the thing and
the gun terminal, and I had to find a data pad in that area.
Exactly the same thing for me as well.
But other people have shut down the terminal and it's worked fine. But I mean, it wasn't really an issue. It was like 2 minutes out of my way. But no, really good quick completion. While it's in Game Pass, I would recommend doing it. Bills has a great guide out. He shows you exactly what you need to do. The only problem is the achievements don't pop till you reload your save, so you don't actually know if you've done it properly until then. But for the most part, it's pretty cruisy. Also this weekend was the Zombieland Double Tap free-to-play weekend. That was not a good game.
No, it is not.
No.
It was alright for like 2 levels, and then it was just like that for another 3 to 6 hours.
Yep. It was as relatively low rented average as games get.
Yeah, it was basically what you'd expect from a movie tie-in game.
How can people pay $60 for this?
Oh god, yeah. I'm glad I didn't pay any money for it. That's for sure.
Yeah. It's on sale this week for all those who didn't manage to get it done over the weekend. Smart thinking.
It is an easy completion, at least for the most part.
Yeah. Just you need 4 controllers. It's just a standard top-down-ish isometric twin-stick shooter. Relatively easy. What character did you guys use?
I just used Columbus the whole way through.
Columbus.
Oh, I used Wichita because her special is a explosive decoy.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
I mean, I kept forgetting about the special ability because it's so not needed.
No. The only time I used it was in the skill grind.
Yes. Yeah.
Because you got rid of, especially for Wichita at least, you got rid of them way more easily when they just bunch up and die. Yeah. Not particularly stand out. I would not recommend buying this at all, ever, unless it's down to like $5. Like it's just, you just do a thing for 8 hours. You're not really entertained. You play a horde match and stand on a barrel for an hour and a half, and then die. Like it's really disappointing how poor it was. Speaking of disappointing, Where the Bees Make Honey.
Oh boy.
Yeah. I luckily avoided a second playthrough by save scumming at the end, deleting console save, because that's a great technique that we've discovered on the Xbox. That saves so much.
Very much so, yeah, because it's not worth playing through twice.
The puzzle sections were fine, like finding the honeycombs. That was fine. You could have made a whole game out of that. That would have been good. The rabbit section was dumb. Playing as an RC car was dumb. The Halloween section was okay, but it was still kind of dumb. Like, it felt really out of place with the really good rotational puzzles that they had.
Yeah.
Like, really top-notch puzzles, and then the rest...
Although that weird title update that's in the middle of the game was kind of weird. That level was kind of glitchy.
Yeah. Did they add a level, or was it a level there?
Yeah, they 100% just added a level like in the middle of the game that you have to select to. It just shows up there.
Yeah, because you've never done it, so you can't.
Yeah.
So I'm glad I waited till after. I'm glad I didn't do it before the title update. But yeah, no, pretty cruisy. It was like half an hour for me because I save scummed, but it's great. Agent A, a puzzle in disguise.
Speedrun in disguise, more like.
Yeah, So have you played this?
Yeah, so I'm assuming I have. You're missing the talk to the mouse, get the shoe phone, and get the speedrun achievement.
Yes. Yep.
I'm missing the exact same 3 achievements because the guide doesn't tell you what they are.
Yeah, that guy, the mobile version guide.
Yep.
That's exact. And I've got 860 from it, missing those 3 achievements, and I'm like, you know what? I can wait till after a million to go back and clean it up. The 2 hours.
Yeah.
Like, I knew the speed run going into it. I thought maybe I could get it done, but talking to the stupid bird just
takes forever. Yeah.
Takes forever. And then I couldn't figure out how to... Oh, okay, I should go on about the game. It's just... Look, it's a puzzle game. You're an agent. You're chasing another agent. It's episodic because it was originally released on mobile in 5 parts. So you just play the episodes one after the other. The puzzles are pretty smart for what they are.
Yeah, like it's actually... Like as a game, it's not bad at all.
Yeah. But because I was rushing through it with the guide, like I sped through all the puzzles, and I mean it's kind of like Artifacts Mundi logic. Sometimes it's point and click logic. You just keep using a thing on a thing until it works. But the thing I had trouble with was also getting the second set of bones, because I kept trying to throw it onto the bridge and not the fan.
Yes.
And she's like, ew, I don't want to do that. I'm like, no, I can clearly see left side of the bridge, or left of the bridge, the guide said. So
yeah.
I was putting it on the trying to put it on the left side of the bridge, and yeah, it just was not working, and then must have accidentally clicked on the fan and it worked. I'm like, oh, wow. Oh, I feel so dumb. Oh, it was really easy. Yeah. Look, it was okay. If you can get it under $10, I'd say go for it. There is a 2-hour speed run for the game, but it's not too bad. It will almost certainly take you 2 playthroughs, though.
Yeah, so watch out for those 2 other achievements we mentioned, because both Chin and I missed them completely.
Yeah, talking to the mouse and making the shoe phone, which talking to the mouse is done in episodes 3 and 4. Doing the shoe phone is in episode 5, but you can't just chapter select to episode 5 because you have to have an episode 4 save, because that's where part of the clue is.
Yes, so you might as well, if you're missing those ones, start on episode 3, do the mouse thing through episode 3 and 4, and then do the shoe phone through 4 and 5.
Yeah. Human Fall Flat Win 10. Unfortunately, this is only worth 1,000 Gamerscore and not the 1,400 that it is on Xbox, because all the DLC was released in one go. Wakapale ran a session on the weekend. It was about 4:30 in the morning for me that it started. So, just hopped in, got to idle for most of it. I dropped out, but it didn't show that I dropped out. It's just that no one was moving and I was no longer getting achievements. So that clued me in that I dropped out. So I left, came back in. So I didn't get the speedrun achievement because of that. But I got... Wakapale did great and essentially got me everything except the speedrun achievement. Most of the cumulative achievements for jumping a bunch, carrying, and walking far, and the nearly not drowning achievement. He didn't get me that, but that's again super easy. Then I don't know what I was doing that I found this. I can't remember what I was searching for, but essentially there's a console. Oh, because I hit a button accidentally and opened up the console command on Human Fall Flat. And then went, I wonder if there's console commands in this game. Looked it up, and sure enough, there is a level select, or a checkpoint select. So you can pick what level and what checkpoint in the level you want to teleport to. So I started up the game, did the first level, teleported to essentially the last checkpoint of the last level, finished it, and got the speedrun. So
Nice.
It took all of 5 minutes. The speedrun being starting the game and doing it all in one run, not exiting and coming back. So I don't know if it's all unlocked at the start if you haven't run through it before, because I know Tropan had some trouble level selecting to one of the ice checkpoints. It might just be a little bit buggy. I don't know exactly. I'm going to test it on an alt and see if I can just teleport to the end.
I can test it. I've only got 2 levels in.
Test it.
Cool.
Yep. But yeah, that can also help with a lot of the miscellaneous stuff, because you can just teleport to certain checkpoints and reattempt things if it's difficult, stuff like that. 3 more to talk about real quick. Five Nights at Freddy's. there's a glitch to keep the doors shut without using any power. So that I basically single attempted every single night and got it all under an hour probably. Really easy, slightly too expensive, but super easy. 1,000 game score. Newt 1 is a not great platformer where you colour the world. So every time you touch an uncoloured block, you colour it. In the third level of each individual world, you get a special wand that will just colour everything when you get near it. So I recommend just really quickly getting through levels 1 and 2 in the world, getting the wand, and going back for the best, because you need to colour pretty much all of the worlds, I think. There's an achievement that I don't 100% know how the criteria works. It seems like you would need to colour the entire world, but there was certainly ones where I got like 99% and it still was fine. But, you know, it really easy, 2.5 hours. And I saw Matt on the weekend played some Artifacts Monday games, and that inspired me to play some of my own, and one Artifact Mundane game called Varanye, which...
Varanye, that's a game.
It's essentially the exact same thing as My Brother Rabbit, in that rather than going to hidden object puzzles, you are looking for, 7 screws in this world to unlock a thing, which you need 5 somethings to do it on something else, and it just goes on and on like that for 2 to 4 hours, depending on...
And then it has the most weird cutscenes I've seen in a video game in a while.
Yeah, he's like in a mental institution, and then I don't know, but you can skip all the puzzles, which is recommended because some of the puzzles take longer than it takes for the skip to recharge. Like, even if you know exactly what you're doing and you're going as quick as you possibly could, the skip just fills and it's like, I can skip now. I'm like halfway done the puzzle. Okay, I'm just going to skip. And then you can use hints for everything else. Just unlimited hints. And the Artifacts Monday games I got done were Queen's Quest 3, and then I did Queen's Quest 2, because the story, the order matters, because then I get the full story. And Noir Chronicles City of Crime, I think it is, or Noir City Chronicles of Crime, I don't... My favourite thing about those games is when it's showing you the outline of the object or something like that. Mm-hmm. There was one in Noir Chronicles where I thought I was looking for red boots because they were boots and they were coloured red, and so I'm looking for these red boots everywhere, and it turns out that red was indicating that I couldn't see the item yet.
See them,
and not that the boots were red. So I'm looking for these two things going, I can't find these red things. Don't see them anywhere. Oh, it's in a drawer. Oh, there are the boots, and they're the proper cut. Like, it was not clear that they weren't red boots. I couldn't see the item yet, which was frustrating. But, yeah. Oh, I also did Ascendance because I saw Matt was beating me by a little bit of Gamerscore, so I finished off that game, got 400 Gamerscore, and ended up on 12,185, pipping him at the post.
Damn you. I knew it too. I was looking at it, I was like, oh, hey, I'm in the lead just by a little bit. I gotta go off and do some work today. And I come back. Should have seen it coming.
Imagine, if we did this every year, we'd have 500,000 for the year.
Oh, yeah,
every week, sorry. That's... Jeez. I mean, I couldn't do this every week, but...
No, I'm running out of games already.
Yeah. I'm almost at 50k for the month.
50?
I'm almost at 25% of my year goal.
It's sad, though, because I check my list and then Shrewd's still beating you by another 10.
Yeah.
10k?
Yeah. Like,
10k?
Oh, no, he's 6 above you now.
K?
Yeah, 6k.
6,000.
That kid.
He's at 50,560 and you're at 44,365.
I'm only at like 27, I think.
And yeah, you're in 4th place with 27,000.
To be fair, I've had days off where I didn't get any.
Yeah, I mean... Alright, well, I'll talk about what I've played a little bit.
Screw that guy.
So I finished up Shell Legends. Finished that grind. It's still a pretty good Zelda game, like I talked about last week. I really like that game. I don't like having to play through it twice, but it's short, and it's I'd be interested to see what they do next. I played through Call of Duty Black Ops 1. I got the last couple of zombie achievements that I needed for the base game. I had 3 achievements in there, and I got some help with that, which was good. I'm really bad at zombies. Like it's embarrassingly bad. I've just basically been carried through all the zombie stuff that I've been doing. But I've still got a bunch of DLC to do. Black Ops 1 I don't play a lot of, but we'll get into the other ones. Hyper Jam, something I picked up a few weeks back when it was on like a super cheap sale, like 80% off. It's a really easy arena battler in that sort of Power Stone kind of way, but you need 4 controllers to finish it up, but it only takes like an hour. Really simple. There's a really good, I think it might be Bill's has a guide for it, I think.
Bill's has a guide.
Yeah, really, really good.
I only had trouble with the Hammer Over the Ledge achievement.
Hammer Over the Ledge, yeah, which took me a couple tries. The one where you got to throw it and get a kill after you die was a little bit tricky too. Mm-hmm. Zombieland, it was free, boring, simple. It was a real grind. The multiplayer stuff sucked, but it was at least easy and just kind of mindless. Ha ha ha. Subnautica, use that dev command, get those achievements. Only missed that one. Just had to go back and go to a different area and pick up another one. Nice and easy. Home Sweet Home, one of Chin's favorite games.
I've started that game 5 times and not moved past. I've not taken a step.
It's pretty spooky. I gotta say, having a spooky Korean chick with a box cutter following you around. Oh well, okay, Thai. Sorry, following you around with a box cutter is pretty terrifying. It also has a thing where if you're hiding and you get found, she'll kill you instantly. But if you're running away, you have like a quick time event where you can like knock her back and like gives you an extra chance to get away, which you can kind of abuse to get through some of the stealth sections. If you're just like screw it, run.
Okay.
So like there is some little bit of leeway there. It's not just an instant kill, which is good. Interesting on the localization, like because the game takes place in like part of it takes place in. There's obviously a very large sort of Thai influence. Mm-hmm. With the game, but it also looks like it looks like a Japanese school or Korean school or something along those lines. Part of it, I don't know if it's just a Thai school and I'm just being massively culturally insensitive. But
they modeled a lot of their stuff off of those institutes because the more recent ones because typically they get better scores. So there was an idea that the environment itself helped nurture those. So,
well, the environment is full of death and suicide and a very sort of tragic love story sort of thing.
Yeah, that sounds like an Asian school.
Yeah, it was like a super like stereotypical Asian school story.
Yeah,
with an engineering student who got pushed too far and all. Yeah.
Yeah, that's wow. Hitting home.
Yeah, like it was super like I was like wow, like I feel like I've read the story 1,000 times. But the weird thing is that all the names were localized to be Anglican, like names, like Sarah and stuff.
Oh,
and it's clear, like it was weird, like you can tell it was localized and changed, but like they changed the names to be like Sarah and Jake and like, and it super doesn't fit. Like it looks way weird.
Yeah, and
like I got to the end of the game, I was like, wow, that's a choice. I mean, like, I kind of get it, because obviously, like, it's like, if you're an Asian developer and you're like, well, I want to appeal to the West, so I'm going to kind of just change the names up a bit so it's a bit less foreign. But, like, it's still, like, they didn't change anything else, so it's all very, very, like, stereotypical Asian stuff, but just with people with interesting, just random English names. The game itself is a very quick completion. There's a pretty good video guide out there that you can just follow that'll get you everything. There's a lot of collectibles, which is a bit of a pain, but it took me like maybe 3 or 4 hours. I also played Mushroom Quest. It's trash. That's all that really needs to be said there. I played Call of Duty Black Ops 2, So I started 2 of the zombie DLCs, and one of them was Die Rise, which is a pun that I really appreciate.
Oh god.
Which I got a few achievements in, but I'm still again very bad at. And then me and one of Shadow's buddies got together and did the Easter egg for the Alcatraz level.
Oh, buried? Oh wait, no.
Yes.
Yeah, buried.
Buried.
Alcatraz.
It was the Alcatraz. It's like I don't know what it was. It's the one where you're on the. You got to try and escape Alcatraz and get all the parts and that sort of stuff.
Cool.
Build the plane.
Yeah.
And you're the 4 actors.
Yeah. No, you're like 4 like gangsters who are trying to escape. It's like Night of the Living.
It's in 1920s, so something similar to that.
Yeah. So it's set like that. Yeah. It's interesting. Like it was relatively simple for the most part. I'm glad that your friend is super super good at that game.
I was going to say, yeah, he's dragged me through most of it.
He's incredible. But I got totally screwed out of an achievement where you have to upgrade one of the weapons that you get out of a box that we just hit for hours and hours and hours to get.
Yeah.
And then I went to upgrade it, put it in the upgrade machine, and then I got attacked by zombies, so I had to run away, ran back, and the weapon had despawned.
Yeah.
So I was like,
if
wow.
it sits in the pack a punch too long, it just stops. It goes away.
It
just disappears. So I was like, perfect. That's exactly what I needed. So I'm going to have to go back and fix that up. So
what do you need in Black Ops 2 now? Do you just need, what's the World War 2?
So Black Ops 2, I still need to do the Easter egg for the main game. I need to do the open all the doors without getting set on fire. I need to do those last 2 achievements in the Alcatraz one.
Well, transit will be pretty easy with Kiku.
Yeah, hopefully. Although apparently it is still quite challenging. And then there's I haven't even started the other DLC packs, so who knows?
Yeah.
I was hopefully going to work on some more of it this weekend. It's good because it's helping me get my completion percentage back up, because it's one of those. I've got Black Ops 2, Black Ops 1, World at War, and Advanced Warfare, all on 360 that I need to do all their like DLCs for, because they all had like some sort of zombie DLC or something similar to that, or the Alien one for Ghosts as well. So those ones have just been sitting against my completion percentage for years.
Ghosts is a joke.
So now it's finally time to get into it, fix those up.
We'll join you on then.
Yeah, thanks. I'm definitely going to need some help, because I'm super, super bad at those games. I understand the idea of training zombies, but I just can't seem to get it quite right. I also played through those couple of Artifex Mundi games, Modern Tales, Age of Invention, which has Albert Einstein in it for some reason, and Noir Chronicles, City of Crime, which ends with you shooting a guy in the face. Yeah, those games are bad. That's they're just. I mean, at least you only play through them once, but yeah, entirely forgettable. Nothing interesting. Same voice actors as always. I also played through a game called Anodyne, which is a Zelda ripoff where you have a broom and you hit things. It doesn't really have a story, and I didn't really like it. Like, it has a speedrun achievement, which I think really ruins the game quite a bit. But thankfully, you only have to get up to the final boss, basically, to unlock it. So once you collect the final upgrade, and if you have all the other stuff, then you get the achievement. So the speedrun that I watched was for like 2 hours and 20 minutes, and I was at like 2 hours and 45, and you had to get it under 3, so I was skating really close. But I got it. The final boss sucks, like a lot. And then I was like, okay, that game's kind of bad. And then it's like, hey, guess what? You have this thing called the swap broom, where you can literally, because it's a like tile-based game in that same sort of Zelda style, you can pick up a tile and swap it with any other tile on the map. So you can essentially like clip out of the map and find secret areas and stuff. Like they're like, oh, hey, guess what? Here's an extra 11 collectibles out there that you literally have to break the game to find. And I was like, okay, you know what? That's actually like really cool. Like a lot of stuff that like I would never have found without a guide. A lot of secret things, like there's a whole extra dungeon you can go to. So it is an interesting game. I really wish I didn't have to speedrun it, because I could have actually enjoyed it quite a bit more. I'm really not a big fan of the whole speedrun stuff. as a game, the variety is not that great, and the story is non-existent, and the NPCs are really boring. There is like a story about like being in a time loop, and this being like an allegory for something. I don't really know. Like, I'm not really sure, but yeah, it was okay. Like, I got it cheap ages ago, so if you've got it, it's worth playing. Like you can finish it in like 3 to 4 hours, and yeah, the ratio is pretty good on it as well. I also got lent a copy of one of the Steins Gate's Japanese games, one of the ones I haven't played. Super easy grind for a visual novel. The only annoying thing is that you need like 27 saves as always to read all the messages, and it's all in Japanese, which makes it a little bit tricky. But I got it done in about 2.5 hours. And then I also recently played this game called Soul, which was on sale last week, I think. It's a nice sort of...
I bought it.
It's a really nice, like, walking, floating sim, where essentially you're a ball of light and you go around and you bring not quite colour or light to the world, but like less shadow. Like everything is like completely blacked out, and as you go through it, you light it up just a little bit. You add just a little bit of colour. And it's got really nice sort of music, and the collectibles are pretty easy. There's one for finding all the trees, which is a bit of a pain. If you're following the video guide, make sure you get all of the trees before you drop down to the second level. But yeah, I would recommend it. I think it was actually like quite a nice little game. It's not very long. Like you can finish it in maybe an hour or two. I don't really know what the story was as such, but I know it was a Kickstarter game, so obviously it had some support. And yeah, the art style's nice, and like there's references to Atlantis, and yeah, like it's. I was just kind of intrigued as to like making a nice, relaxing sort of quasi puzzle game that's not too stressful, and just kind of just chilling out a bit. And then the last thing, Brad and Cameron and I have been playing Remnant. Generic title, the video game. That game is still... that game's freaking great. Like, it's still Dark Souls with guns, and we managed to find, we figured out, like, a puzzle and got some super cool looking armor that makes us resistant to radiation, and now we're, like, fat roll because we're just too heavy, but we just walk around like massive tanks and mess things up. We got to a boss and we just completely smoked them in the first try. It was super great. Yeah, that game is really cool. I'm looking forward to playing a lot more of it when we finally get some time. But yeah, so it's been a lot of games this week. So that puts me at 12,000 achievement points. Which, was the most for
I guess.
It was for 98% of the week. That was the top score. We just don't talk about the last 10 to 15 minutes before the show.
Look, I guess if you're not really trying, that's okay.
Yeah, you know what? Fair. I let the side down. That's the honest truth.
Don't you wish your girlfriend was hot like me? Don't you wish your girlfriend wore a hat like me?
Definitely make sure to cut that.
Yeah, probably.
Don't leave it in.
Alright, so now that we've heard about Matt's pathetic scoring this week, what have you done, Cameron?
Shots fired.
Well, this week I've been busy for most of it. I'm just going to start laying down the excuses now.
Alright, get him out, yep.
Lay him on thick.
Oh, well, some people have to spend time with their kids.
I have two.
Yeah,
puppies.
I certainly don't.
Yeah.
Spend time with your kids because that'd be weird.
No, I spent time with my daughter. It was great. We went to the Pioneer Settlement in Swan Hill, and we did some old timey things.
These babies, we used to ride these babies for miles.
No, she got to go on a horse and carriage, and she was quite happy with it. So
uphill both ways in the snow.
This week. Alright, so anyway, moving on. Just ignoring everything that Kirby says. I started the council on, Matt's recommendation got me to actually start it, and I agree with Matt. It's a very interesting game. I'm about 6 quests into it, I believe.
So you getting towards the end of the first chapter?
Yeah, I think towards the end of the first chapter, something came up, and then I just left it for the moment. But I'll definitely go back to it and play through the whole game. It was just... I'm trying to think what came up, but... It's a great game, though.
Yeah, like, it's really interesting. Like, I haven't seen many games like it, especially in that kind of... Like, obviously there are narrative games, but one that does it, like, so much political intrigue and infighting and, like, mystery.
And just that... I guess if we're playing along without a guide, too, like, there's... like so many different pathways you can take, and like it gives you the options at the end of the quest to, I guess, see what alternatives there were, or other solutions. But so I played a bit of the council. Probably come back to that either this week or next week. Did the Zombieland double tap as part of the free weekend. I was a bit worried that I wasn't going to get it done because I had to travel to Swan Hill, but I did most of it on Friday night, and I just cleaned up the Horde mode on Monday because us Aussies had a public holiday. And I guess you had one as well, Matt?
Yep, Auckland Anniversary Day. So
yeah.
What is Auckland Anniversary Day?
It's essentially just a holiday for the founding of the city.
Okay. Do you get that for all your major cities, or?
Yeah, I think the three major cities, Auckland. I know Auckland and Wellington have it, and I think Christchurch probably does as well. But
so is
it's
that
only the section that you're... Yeah, only if you live near Auckland you get it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not a countrywide... Okay.
No, it's not. It's
not let's just chuck free.
It's going to be real pathetic.
That'd be great, right? Because it's like man, we need to start up some more cities. Yep.
Yeah. Like, that would have been a pretty pathetic reason for your country to have a day off. Today we made Auckland. Yay.
Yes. So apparently Wellington's one was like the previous week.
Okay. Jeez, you couldn't have spread your cities further apart time-wise? Like, someone made Wellington and went, oh, screw them, we're going to make Auckland. Sorry, Cameron.
No, it's all good. So
you can talk now.
I was going to say, if I hadn't travelled this weekend, I probably would have downloaded Wreckfest instead and tried for the 20 to 25 hour completion. Just because I feel that's like a lot more game. A lot more up my alley compared to this train wreck.
I've heard Wreckfest is really good.
Yeah. I was going to say, but yeah, Zombieland double tap, got it done. Would have been nice to have online co-op, but hey, yeah. Saturday morning, well, before I left to go to Swan Hill, I downloaded a few games onto my laptop. I got Human Full Flat on Windows 10. Woke up at 4 a.m. at Saturday morning at my parents' house and busted out just to get a few levels done. It's funny enough that you mentioned your gaming session because I saw you playing the exact same game. And I'm like, that's a bit sus.
It was great. It was good.
Kirby.
I got up, got on, went back to sleep, woke up a bit later, got off, got back on. Yeah.
But I don't think I would have had any chance of getting the speed run with my parents' internet. It just drops out every 2 seconds. So so I might try out that method you suggested before. But I just find it, I don't know, gaming for me on a laptop's just really weird, especially when I got dual monitors. Just doesn't feel natural. I went back to my favourite, Age of Empires 2. Just logging through the campaigns. This week I worked on Alaric, which was the first king of the Visigoths, and he was famous for sacking Rome in 410 AD. And it's just, I think the current mission I'm up to, I think is called Belly of the Beast, and it's basically just like building a small, building your resource centre outside of Rome and then destroying 12 castles, which is, it's alright, it just takes a bit of time. And then I should have one more mission to do after that, and that should be done for him. Probably going to go for all the European campaigns and then move my way to the Americans. Remnant, we squeezed the other boss fight in, like Matt said, and it was quite good, like just being able to pulverize him, like I mean, probably 3 minutes.
Yeah, we're starting to get up there with our equipment and our levels to actually being able to take on these guys rather than dying 50 times and cheesing them.
I was going to say, like, 2 bosses back, how long did that take us? Like 4 hours?
Yeah, it was a while.
Moving on from that, work in a safety shop, and a lot of customers are worried about the little Chinese virus going around at the moment. So I wanted to get into some Plague Inc. So yeah, what
apparently Plague Inc. sales have spiked recently.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure there was a news article, and I really wish I was able to source it before, about the devs had to put out a statement saying this isn't good advice for anybody dealing with this.
Don't move to Madagascar or Greenland.
Legitimately though, all
move to Madagascar or Greenland.
All our stores in Melbourne are getting their Pichu masks bought up like baby formula and having them shipped back to China. So
I mean, do the Pichu masks actually do anything?
P2 is like, yeah, well, they help, but what's the best way to explain it?
Kind of like how drinking water helps. Technically. No, the NCOV isn't too bad. I mean, it's no SARS.
Yet.
Even, yeah.
So yeah, I just dabbled in it a little bit just to get a few achievements, but because the game's so luck-based, I just gave it an hour and called it quits. And then last night, played a bit of Watch Dogs 2 with Kirby. We did some bounty hunting against some people online. Kirby was very underpowered.
No, look, it would have been fine if I'd understood that I wasn't going to be given weapons. I just had what was on me, because I barely started the game, so I got a sniper. I'm like, oh, I have a sniper. Shot this guy. He fell down for a little bit because it was a stun sniper and got back up and killed me. Like, I have literally no weapons in the game, which is, again, I haven't played it much, but I just assumed I wouldn't be going in with exactly what I've got on me.
But saying that, there was a few good moments last night, like just spawning in and just like ramming a guy down within 15 seconds of the bounty starting.
That's always good.
Not killing. There was so I killed a police officer, picked up a weapon, and we got this guy who had dropped out like 3 times. So we'd get him, we'd nearly kill him, and he'd just leave so that he wouldn't lose. I hit him with the car. I get out. I unload a full clip into him. I know he's nearly dead. And then Cameron drives past and he just drops. I'm like, Cameron, you killed him. I needed to kill him. And I look up. San Francisco Police Department has killed him. So I literally got him so close to dead that the cops could kill him. Oh, it just... Yeah. I was so annoyed because it doesn't count. I have to be the one that kills him. Yeah.
Like
that achievement kind of sucked.
I got all the achievements last night, and you only got the one for the dead
for doing a co-op operation, and for the one time we matched up against each other, I neutralized a bounty hunter.
I also like the fact though, after we disconnected, you immediately just think you're playing with me, but it's another person named Shadow.
Yeah, I was like, oh, good, I found a match. It was Shadow. It was like Shadow Lord something. I'm like, oh yeah, easy. I just drive. Run him down. Why are you running away? Just sit there and die. I whiffed with my car.
What do you mean? I'm still searching.
Got out. I'm like, what do you mean you're still? As I look at his name, and he's pointing a rifle at me and just mows me down. I went, oh, that's a different guy.
Oh, that was Illuminated Boundary.
Exactly.
Yeah. But I swear it was like Shadow Lord 1257 or something.
Down to my last 5 achievements in that, which I think I've just got to get all the key data. I've got to get a photo of a person vomiting, 25 car dealership unlocks, one of the DLC, and then something else, which is escaping me right now. But yeah, I guess my pitiful week is 1940. Wish I could be up there in the 12Ks, but some people have real life responsibilities.
Yeah, like me.
Yeah, I have life responsibilities.
My scrub tier numbers. Yeah, I understand. It's rough, buddy. I know. Don't worry, we can do it.
You're embarrassing us, Matt.
I mean, yeah, but that's every episode.
Yeah, that's unrelated to the game score you got. Alright, so, sales this week. It's a reasonable sale. There's some stuff in here that I certainly need to get. Agatha Knife is 40% off and $7.19. Black Mirror, 80% off, $7.99. Clouds and Sheep 2, 80% off, $1.99. Horse Racing 2016, 90% off, 99 cents. Inferno 2 Plus, 30% off, $3.49. Really good game for a 1 hour completion or something. Jack Quest, Tale of the Sword, 50% off, $4.99. Knee Deep, 70% off, $4.49. Seasons After Fall, 75% off, $2.49. Sherlock Holmes, The Devil's Daughter, 80% off, $10.99. Stunt Kite Party, 60% off, $3.29. The Book of Unwritten Tales 2, 80% off, $3.99. And The Raven Remastered, 75% off, $7.49. So, not bad sales. There's a bunch of stuff that is too long and too hard for us to include. That's still pretty good. Matt, what do you reckon people should buy?
It's not exactly a Gamerscore game, but I would recommend... Or first of all, I would recommend everyone grab Plague Tale. It's now on Game Pass and Game Pass on PC.
I'm contemplating whether I just... Because it's not a sub 10 hour completion, so it's not on my list, but I'm like, oh...
No, but it is a really good game.
Yep, Windows 10 has is a stack. I don't know if the achievements are live, but the list exists.
Yeah, they are. I believe they are. So I would recommend that. But and also, not a Gamerscore game, but I would also recommend the Darksiders Fury collection, War and Death. So it comes the War Mastered version of the first game and the Definitive edition of the second game for 80% off, $7.99. The first game is really, really good. The second one is okay, but you might as well grab them together. And then, what about you guys? You recommending anything?
Had a quick look. I think people should get, and it's going to be outside my comfort zone, but I think people should get, where's it gone? Lost Sea. It's a top-down action-adventure roguelike game. So really not something I'm familiar with.
No, nothing you would ever play, actually.
No.
I'm glad to see you're really reaching outside of your usual bounds for that.
Yep,
5 people have completed this game.
Definitely not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9th on the leaderboard for true achievement on this game.
Right, so this definitely isn't you trying to get a ratio boost by tricking people into playing this awful game.
No, it's it's a pretty good game. It's a little bit grindy. There are some difficult achievements. They're not too difficult, but it's just kind of you have to do a full run through, and the runs aren't super short. I think they're 3 to 4 hours maybe for a run, and stuffing up right at the end can really be upsetting. But pretty good game. It's at a 6.5 ratio ish for the completion. Most of that being grind and like high gamer score and achievements. So completing the game without unlocking any skills is a 13 ratio 100 gamer score achievement. So that if it was a 20 point, the ratio wouldn't be as high. And that's why average ratio is important on games, and why we should get that as a metric that we can see. Because sure, the average ratio would not be 6.5. Anyway, Cameron, anything from you?
On the 360, maybe Destroy All Humans, Path of the Pharaoh. $3.99, 15-20 hour completion. May as well play one of the classics before. When's the new one come out? This year?
This year sometime. Yeah, Path of the Furon was my original 100,000.
Yeah.
Okay. Good game.
Not a bad game, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say good, because it was basically trash, but it's fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
Gonna buy anything, Matt?
I mean, technically no. But officially no, but I did buy the Darksiders 3 DLC bundle.
Mm-hmm.
for 50% off. So it's the 2 DLC packs they've released, and I think that's all the DLC they're doing now that they've moved on to other games. But I played through the other Darksiders. I did the originals on the 360 and the Xbox One version, so I'm going to do Darksiders 3 pretty soon. So it made sense to just pick that up.
Yep. Are you going to do the Windows 10 Darksiders 3 stack?
We'll see if I can get through this one and I don't have too much trouble with it. Then I might do, but we'll see how it goes.
I don't know if the DLC is in there though, so
I think it's included in the score.
Okay, yep, that's the worst.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that.
All right, Cameron, anything from you?
I mean, most of the Gamerscore games I already have already.
Yeah,
I'm probably just gonna work on the backlog this week.
Yep. And I'm probably going to get Stunt Kite Party. I'm avoiding there's other ones I want to get that aren't Gamerscore games that I'm not going to get because they're not Gamerscore games, and I made a promise to myself that I nearly broke last week. But I made a promise. This one, I think, is a 4 to 5 hour completion, and it's, what did I say, it was like $3? Yeah.
Yep.
$3.29. Easy buy. Some important new stuff coming out this week. Tomorrow, Wednesday, probably yesterday by the time I've put out the podcast, 2 games have come out. Music Racer from Sometimes You. Super easy if you have a Cronus or a Turbo controller. It's still like a 4 hour if you're sort of active. Just a bit of saves coming involved, but I would recommend Cronusing it overnight. Super easy, just go to turbo the A button and you'll spend 8 hours getting a bunch of money to buy all the cars and levels with. And Milo's Quest, a Ratalaika title, comes out tomorrow as well. No idea about it, but it's Ratalaika, so it should be easy. Next Tuesday, for Alex, I've put Zombie Army 4, Dead War. He's looking forward to that. He won't be here to tell us anything about it, but
looks pretty good.
Playing it probably. And
a
for myself,
lot of co-op achievements.
Oh god, yep, that's why I won't be doing it. And for myself, AO Tennis 2 comes out next Tuesday. We have a code, I've been reviewing it. We're going to put something out this weekend on YouTube probably. But yeah.
It's going to be a lot better than the original, yeah?
It certainly seems to be.
I'm suddenly imagining Attack on Titan with rackets.
just the racket strings flying out and swinging on it.
And it's just like smashing tennis balls into their faces.
Why did?
And then Aaron bites his thumb and becomes a giant Rafael Nadal.
Oh, that's good.
And he has to fight a giant Serena Williams.
Australian Open is currently on. I don't know what round we're in, but I watched Rafael Nadal beat Nick Kyrgios last night. So.
He smoked him. It was great.
Yeah.
It got right down to the end. He just wore him down. I'm not going to get into sports talk, but that's all anyone was talking about at the shoot today.
Yeah, he did well. And once Kyrgios fixes his attitude, he's a very good player.
That's the thing, but he just
smashes
attitude. The racket too many times.
He just, as soon as he gets that under control, he will be a force, because he was hitting second serves at like 160 kilometers an hour, which is a big second serve. But yeah. Anyway, sports is done.
I would say he's just got too much John McEnroe in him, apparently.
Yeah. We have a question from Isaac. We love Isaac. He always does us solid. Hey guys,
I'm just gonna come out and say, like, I love Isaac. Thank you, Isaac, for sending questions. But other people need to send in questions.
Yeah.
Come on, the slack, guys. Pick up the slack, guys. Come on. There's at least like 5 other people who listen to this show.
Yeah. And we know we haven't told everything on the story. That we haven't told all our stories or nearly anything yet. So
yeah, and there are so many non sequiturs we can go down. Come on, guys.
I was going to say, even if you want to send a message on the Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter, Discord, everywhere.
Twitter, email, erotic fan fiction, like whatever you want. Just send it through.
We will read
don't
probably
give them ideas.
fanfic. probably will read fanfic on the
You
podcast.
want to tell me your story about how Bill Gates and Phil Spencer are such good mates? That's fine. We'll read that out on the show. Yeah. I mean, obviously, like we'll have to bleep a lot of it, but that's fine. We don't want to stifle the artistic creativity of
we'll
our
code the
fans.
editing. We don't have to worry about anything getting
Actually,
bleeped out.
yeah, you're right. Absolutely, we'll
definitely
definitely
will.
get cancelled.
Definitely will edit it. I'll let you know. I'll let you guys know what the title of that segment would be after the show's stopped recording. 'Cause I can't say it on air. But Isaac writes in, "Hey guys, my computer died and I had to wait around 2 weeks to get a new computer ordered, shipped, and delivered here. I'm hoping that was under warranty and you didn't just have to buy a new computer because that would have sucked. So luckily the Xbox is still going strong. I'm sure some of you guys have had some Xbox failures or problems before. I assume some red rings too. So my question is, what were the worst problems that you had with consoles over the years? Thanks as always, Isaac." So I'll start off. I've only had 2 major problems with consoles. My Japanese 360 being an original 360 got a red ring because I forgot about it and left it on and was playing my one, and also the power brick exploded on a different occasion. Yep, that was there. The other thing that happened was, and so it was back when I was on the Sony bandwagon, I had a PlayStation 3. It was in the lounge room, and I was a kid at the time. I was, a teenager. And my mother had done washing, and something went wrong with the washing machine, and it essentially just flooded. And because something went wrong, the water everywhere, and the water made it to the laundry, because the laundry's close to the lounge room. It's literally like right next door, so I don't know how to explain the layout of my house, but it's very close. So essentially, my PlayStation went for a swim, and just completely 110% destroyed. And this is where the story gets really bad for me, because it shows that I'm a terrible person. I had a mate at work who let me borrow his PlayStation, and he said, yeah, you can have it, it's fine. 6 months later or something, he wanted it back, and so I gave him my broken one.
Oh my god.
And he went back to Taiwan and unpacked it, and now
you're in a blood
ignorance, and I kept his Taiwanese PlayStation, where circle was okay and X was back.
You mean cross, I think, but yes.
Yes, cross. And then eventually gave that PlayStation to another friend, because when I moved to Xbox. Sorry, your Taiwanese friend whose name I can't remember.
Wow. Wow.
I didn't do you a solid that day.
From bad to worse.
I ripped you off, certainly, that day, but I think all's well that ends well, and I had a working PlayStation, so...
Hardened gaming criminal. Kirby Chen.
He had his box and everything, so I just put the broken one back in the box. He messaged me, the serial numbers don't match up. I'm like, it's definitely yours, buddy.
Kirby, don't get offended here, but you sound like the kind of person to rig a Xbox One competition.
Oh, boy. Yeah. It's one community to the other.
The problem with that is, it's not like he got the funding externally for the prize. Like, he paid for the prize himself, so it's not like he was like, oh, I'm setting up this competition, I'm gonna win, I'm definitely gonna win though, and the money that someone has given me will pay for it. He was just buying himself an Xbox.
Basically, yeah, he just wanted to get some kudos out there and get some... Yeah, anyway, I won't go into the story again. If you want to read it on the Discord, I've laid it all out there, but...
Yeah. Anyway, worst hardware malfunctions with consoles. Matt, Cameron, who wants to... who can top that story?
I think... I'm not topping that. I think the worst thing I've done is day ones. Just a lot of day ones didn't last very long. I think, day one and the typical Elite version 1 controller having issues.
That's it.
But both of them were covered. EB replaced both. Never had a 360 that red ringed. I'm trying to think of any other issues, but I mean, if I have issues with my computer, a lot of my friends are pretty tech savvy, so we get on top of that pretty easy. Not usually waiting more than a day to get it fixed. But yeah, what about you, Matt? I can't think of anything else.
I've gone through a few Xbox 360s because I had one, my brother had one, so like when I got a new one, I would give him the old one, and eventually the old one would red ring and that sort of stuff. So, like over the years, might have gone through maybe a red ring or two. I ran into this really messed up thing where I put Ghost Recon Advanced Warfare into my console, and now I can't get it off my tag ever, and I'm cursed. And I did something similar happened with Wolfenstein 2. I'm going to blame the hardware for that, because screw you guys, screw those games. Those achievements are impossible.
Oh, Wolfenstein 2 is easy. What are you talking about?
Oh God, the Mein Leben achievement will. That's gonna be my white whale. Like, it's gonna be the thing that kills me.
It's one of those achievements too. I know that if I put enough hours into it, I probably could get it one day. But it's not worth it. It's not worth it for that payoff. It's like me doing Forza Horizon 2.
I think that for most of the games that I play, that it's like a lot of the hard achievements, if I put enough time and practice into it, like Devil May Cry 4 is a great example, where it's like...
Cool, no, never doing that. You will never get that done. If I play enough of that, I might be able to cheese my way through it. Like, it will be hard as hell, but I can make progress in that. Like, I can work on the lower difficulties, I can get more of the achievements done. When I get to Hell and Hell difficulty, it's going to be brutal, but I might be able to get it done. Mein Leben, every time I die, I go back to the beginning. I lose everything. And I don't think, even if I put another 100 hours into that game, I don't think I'll ever finish that achievement. Like, it's, yeah, and I think Ghost Recon Advanced Warfare is pretty much the same in that you need like 8 boxes, I think, to be efficient.
Yeah, or you need like 16 boxes or something. 16 accounts, 8 boxes. Yeah, which, hey, maybe one day. Who knows?
And then tomorrow, Buck will post his Wolfenstein 2 completion, because he's much better than all of us.
I'm just trying to find out how many people have actually done it.
For New Colossus?
So, I think the consensus here is that Cameron's the worst person.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep. So
that's yeah. I mean, I did
wait 2 weeks when he only waits a day. That's terrible, dude.
I did once stab a guy for an Xbox, but like that's who hasn't done that?
Yeah, that's the norm.
Do you want to take a guess at how many have actually done Mein Leben?
Okay, how many people have started the game?
So
98. Give me a reference point.
98,700.
So about 100,000
started. Yeah. I think 130 have done it.
130. You're not far off. Do you want to take a quick guess?
131.
Alright, Matt's got it spot on.
Did you?
Oh, trust me, I know. I know how many people have done that achievement. I look at it every now and then because part of the reason I'm so annoyed with the game is that achievement, but also because I went through, grabbed a bunch of the collectibles and I didn't get one of the achievements, so I'm going to have to restart that game again.
I was
one off with a guess? You're kidding me.
Wait, what?
Wait. How much did you say, Matt?
131.
You said 130, and then Matt
I said 130 with a guess.
Yeah, and Matt had 131, which was the exact.
I was just going to do the I was just going to do the Price is Right thing and just do one above you.
I'm surprised I did that well.
And 121 people have completed the game. So what's that? 0.01.
I mean, okay, maybe one day. But yeah, like, in terms of actual, like, hardware, it's just red rings a couple times. I've had a couple of problems with discs not reading in some of the older Xboxes. Some of those lasers got quite bad. Like they had the problem where they melted or they stopped reading certain discs, so I had a little bit of trouble with that. But like the Xbox One, I've never really had any trouble with, and the 360, like the second version of the 360 when that came out, second and third versions, those all seem to be pretty good. It was just those early models were an absolute nightmare. Going
back to like PlayStation 2, I can remember the Slimline still getting like rubbing alcohol on just a cotton tip and just rubbing it against the laser just to get disc to read. Because that was such a common issue.
I remember when I got my 360 way back in the day, I remember because I got a paycheck of $360, which I thought was divine providence because that was my first paycheck ever, and I spent all of it on a used 360 and a copy of Gears of War. And I put my copy of it in, and I had it like there, and it fell. The Xbox fell over and scraped a huge gouge into the disc because the laser turned on it. Which you'll know if you ever try to move a 360 with a game in it. So the only game that I had for the one console that I just bought was completely unplayable. That was not in a good spot. Great. But thankfully they still had resurfacing stations back then, so I took it to Blockbuster and they fixed it. But oh man, that was brutal.
I need to get on getting one of them. I have that much in the physical library.
Yeah. Digital first these days.
Yeah.
Yep. Good stuff. Always nice. Alright, moving on. Milestones. You're going to see a pattern in some of these milestones. For some reason. Couldn't figure out why this pattern was occurring, but you'll figure it out pretty soon. Seamus McLimey has reached a new milestone of a TA ratio of 2.0. LFL77 has reached 500,000 true achievement score. Clowntastic has reached a TA ratio of 2.2. NBA Kirkland has reached a TA ratio of 2.1. It's weird.
Yep, lot ratio, yeah.
Planting 42 has reached a new milestone of 1.4 million true achievement score. R56 Cooper S11 has reached 600,000 true achievement score. ShadowlessEdge has reached a tier ratio of 1.7. Kronos has reached a tier ratio of 1.7 and is also in the top 1,000 of the USA Gamerscore leaderboard. That one won't be affected by the inflation because that's Gamerscore. I've tried. You can't inflate your Gamerscore by having other people play games. Unless they're doing
unless it's on your for you, yeah. Thanks, Roast House.
LFL77 has reached a new milestone. Tier ratio of 1.7. Hat 90 has reached a tier ratio of 1.8. It's weird that these ratio ones keep popping up. Retro Chief has a new milestone of 4,000 achievements won. Mad Eye Pad Eye has reached 1.25 million true achievement score. Enigma Gamer 77 has reached 420,000 gamer score.
Nice. Blows it.
Yeah. Daryl Maple has reached 800,000 TA score. Hatton 90 is now in the top 5,000 of the England TA leaderboard. McLovin Legend has reached a new milestone of 420 completed games.
Smoke weed every day.
Yeah. Marky Bihoy 89 is on a 500 achievement win streak. What the Fog has reached a new milestone of 400,000 gamer score. Nice. I have 600 completed games. I think I got that with Queen's Quest 2, I think. I want to say. Yeah, good game. And Buck Marley 155 has reached a milestone of 1,300 games played. So,
and then I've also reached a couple of milestones this week because I'm just going to toot my own horn for a bit.
Yeah, I probably missed them because I don't care.
Yeah, no, that's 100% reasonable. I hit 1.8 in my ratio, just like everybody else apparently.
I hit 1. I'm above 1.6 now.
Nice. What did I hit? I hit a 2.3 million true achievement score.
How did I miss that?
And I hit. Well, I'm about to hit a 1.3 million, but we'll get there. And I finished 1,250 games. It was a big week.
Right, you did, yeah. 1,250. I remember looking at it because I went, I'm not ridiculously far off your gamer score, but I've completed less than half the games you have.
Yep.
That was
Yep. Trying to get to that mythical 95% completion.
Yep, I'm 9 achievements away from 46.
Oh yeah,
That's half of 92.
Yep.
Which is like what you're at?
I'm at 92.8. So yeah, pretty close. 55 achievements more to go.
Yeah,
including all DLC.
I think a percentage is like 600 achievements at this point.
Yeah, mine's about 450 achievements or so.
But I only need 440 to recover from my bean dive.
Oh, great! Is that last year's bean dive or the bean dive before that?
Yeah, last year. Well, last year. So I don't think I'm ever going to recover from the other two. I don't think I've ever been this close. I think I hit a milestone earlier at some point over the weekend where it was like, you've reached 75% of your bean dive. I think that's the first time I've ever seen that pop up.
Didn't even know that was possible.
Yeah. But no, just pretty close. Okay. And with that, I'm pretty sure that basically wraps us up. It does. Awesome. So, if you would like to get in contact with us, and we really want you to send questions in, like, come on. We get bored. We have to spend time with Cameron. We need something to do.
Oh, yeah, did you hear the news this week? We're really scraping.
Yeah, it's just bottom of the barrel stuff for content. Send us an email on hello@realgamerscore.com. Message us on Twitter @realgamerscore. Join the Discord, discord.io/realgamerscore. If this inspired you to give us your hard-earned money so that we can waste it, patreon.com/realgamerscore is where you'll be able to find us. We'll have 2 new patrons to announce next week at the start of February, because they'll be paid up and we can announce it, and it'll be awesome. Writing questions on any of those platforms, preferably Patreon, because I'm sure it'll cost you somehow. But just that'd be great. If you want to be on the show, so that we don't have to have, maybe we can kick off from that, or Cameron. Send a message to Alex on Discord or Professor Pluto on TA. I don't care, but Alex wants him, despite the fact that he's too busy for us now. He's got his big boy pants on and he's working a real job.
I was going to say, isn't he playing Siberia at the moment?
He's playing something right now, but he is working later than he usually is, apparently. He is playing Siberia 3 right now. Dirty. Yep. Dirty, filthy.
I'm just the fill-in.
That's fine, he won't listen to this episode anyway.
He definitely... I didn't listen to the last episode. Did you call him out on not being Diamond?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes. Yeah, oh, absolutely, yeah.
We didn't have any...
just have to go listen to that. You didn't have any idea what it was, but you just knew I was it and he wasn't.
We didn't have any professors or doctors to... professors or doctors to verify that, though.
Oh.
It's a very uneducated podcast.
Yeah. Just slurred your way through.
We just had a wizard. That was it.
Yeah. And I bet he wasn't late or early. He was arriving exactly when he intended to.
Yep.
Yeah. If you want to help out the podcast, subscribe on your platform of choice, whatever you're listening on. You probably already have, but 60% of you aren't subscribed. So that wasn't a made-up number. So get on it, because we need those numbers. Leave a review on whatever platform you're listening to as well, and make that platform Apple Podcasts, and leave a review there. Just do it there. It's easier for everyone. Let your friends know. Tell them how good. Tell them that we exist. Roll back the how good we are bit. Tell them we exist. They don't know. So
let them make their own decision.
Yeah. Don't show them the first 40 episodes. Just jump them in at 41. That's when it got good, I presume.
No, I think it got good at 51. That was when I started, right? That was my first episode.
I have no idea, to be honest.
Look, I don't know. I just work here, okay?
Just don't show them episode 75.
What episode is this? Oh, 76. We've been doing... oh, God.
Any failed speedrun episodes are not...
Yeah, that didn't count. That was a as a mulligan. That was the word I was looking for, but I kept thinking MacGuffin. I'm like, MacGuffin isn't the word. That's a movie term or storytelling term. Retweet us on Twitter. Cameron does good twits, and we like them. I mean, I don't like them on my account because I don't want to muddy the waters. Be like a,
Alex likes them. That's
no, he doesn't have.
He
any
used to be
problem.
good enough.
And then Shadow, he likes them with his other account, and then his other 20 bot farms.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I put one up the other day. Got like 4 likes. That's like a record for us, yeah?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, our Twitter engagement's super low, but we'll keep trying. We'll get there. That's cool. Subscribe to us on YouTube. That's where most of our reviews are going to be going, and stream VODs are going to be going there. Follow the stream account, mixer.com/realgamerscore. Individual contacts. Cameron, we'll start with you.
Just typical ShadowlessEdge, Illuminated Bush. Just, roll with any name that Matt decides
Shadowlord 1257.
That's exactly it. So many bot accounts, so little time.
Bright Cliffs.
But you can catch me most places, ShadowlessEdge, or the Xbox Achievement Community on Facebook. I am trying to get back into streaming a little bit when I figure out a time that's going to be suitable that I can work into my life somehow. But I want to start getting some bigger numbers again.
All right, Matt. Once you're done yawning, let us know how we can get in touch.
Just leave me alone, for God's sake. But I mean, I suppose if you have to get in contact with me, Neomaster on True Achievements on my Xbox. I don't stream because you guys don't need to see how I play video games because it would infuriate most people. And hit me up on the Discord. I'm always down for a chat, except when I'm not, and then I just ignore you.
Yeah, you'll know because he'll say, just stop talking. I'm done with you.
I'll actually just put up a sign. I'll actually just send you a picture of me holding a sign that just says "away" on it.
I'm just thinking how annoying it would be if whenever I just don't want to talk to someone in my server, I just mute them for 10 minutes. Like, I don't want to have this conversation. Mute.
They're going into a tunnel.
Yeah. You can find me on Twitter, Xbox, True Achievements, Discord, and Mixer, all under the tag ChinDocta, ChinDocta. And yeah, I will be streaming this weekend, but more than likely on the Real Gamerscore account with a host. It should be good fun. It won't be good fun. I know with the games I'm doing, then it's not going to be good fun. I'm going to hate it. They're not going on my tag. I'm using the review account or ChinDocta. Like, they're not going on my tag. It's not happening. You're going to be wasting my valuable Gamerscore time. You better show up. All right.
Please show up. He needs to keep doing this so he doesn't catch up to me. It's like this Rocket League, you know.
I know. I don't think I played Rocket League this week at all.
Oh, what? Come on, get on it.
You know what? I did. I played Rocket League on like Friday night. But
you still beat me.
I was like waiting for, because I went to a dinner or something, and I came back. I'm like, okay, cool. I can play Rocket League. Guys, I messaged the other Rocket League Discord I'm in. I'm like, yep. You guys still on? I'm playing. They're like, yeah. Got into the Xbox party. They already had a team of 3.
Wow.
And it was like 9:30. I'm like, that's cool. I'll just wait, and when someone drops out, because usually people don't stay on too late. Someone will drop out, and I'll fill in 11:30, and then they just all stopped. I'm like, okay, wish you'd told me that before, so I didn't just sit in here for like 3 hours not playing. But that's cool, I guess.
Well, welcome to my life.
I just listened to their conversation about Rocket League and how awesome things were sometimes, and oh my god, this happened. I'm like, just sitting here by myself, guys. Anyway,
Matt, have you been forgetting to pay Kiwi under the table?
Yeah, I got to start up my supplementary Patreon fund for Kiwi for
He's killing it, by the way. So
Yes.
I'm in Diamond 1 in 2s. There's Diamond 2, Diamond 3, and then Champ. He's in Champ. Like, he got there this season. He's like...
Of course he did.
Yeah. I don't know how he's done it. Someone carried him, for sure.
He's carrying you and Alex like scrubs, yeah?
The problem is, when you play ranked with someone higher ranked than you, you will go into one of their lobbies, not like it doesn't average it out. It goes, okay, he's champ, we're just going to join you with other champs. So if you're way lower and he can't carry you, you're just going to be a burden. Anyway, before I end up going another 20 minutes on Rocket League, that's been episode 76. Thank you for joining us and listening. We will let you hear us next week, and there'll be good stuff next week, definitely. Matt might have even beaten me on Gamerscore.
Probably not.
Probably not. Probably not, only because I'll sit and go, yeah, no, can't let this happen, so...
Could have bust out an easy completion.
Thanks, guys.
Peace.
Catches.